Massey Ferguson 165. Launched in 1964, the Massey Ferguson 165 is part of the famous 100 series, known as Massey Ferguson's most successful tractor line of the 20th century. This is a mid-range model designed to serve small and medium-sized farms, but with its durability and outstanding performance, the MF165 quickly won the hearts of farmers not only in the United States, but also throughout Europe, Australia, and Canada. The most popular version of the MF165 uses a 3-cylinder Perkins diesel engine AD 3.152, about 2.5 L, with a capacity of nearly 45 horsepower at PTO. There is also a 4-cylinder version, Perkins A 4.212, with a higher capacity, up to 58 horsepower, ideal for those who need more traction. Whether 3 or 4 cylinders, Perkins engines are famous for their durability, easy starting, low fuel consumption, and stable operation in all weather conditions. Many farmers say, Perkins explodes like a cat, but pulls like a bull. MF165 is equipped with a 6-speed forward, 2-speed reverse gearbox, with the option to upgrade to 8 or 12 speeds with multi-power, helping to increase or decrease speed even when loading. The machine has a standard independent PTO of 540 RPM, compatible with most classic and modern equipment, cultivators, manure spreaders, straw rollers, or grass presses. Massey Ferguson's famous hydraulic system provides extremely precise and stable equipment control, very suitable for meticulous farming work such as weeding rows, plowing, and cultivating beds. The MF165 weighs around 4,800 to 5,300 pounds and is about 125 inches long, an ideal size for working in tight spaces like barns and orchards, but still strong enough to handle large fields. With high rear wheels and a strong front axle, the machine has good anti-rollover ability, little vibration when moving on steep ground or when pulling loads. The suspension seat with spring cushion, a steering wheel that fits the hand, and wide legroom all create a comfortable experience for the driver, even those who are older or have a history of back pain. The control panel is simple, not too many electronics, making it easy for middle-aged users to access and operate without the need for a manual. The Massey Ferguson 165 is known by many as the Swiss Army knife of vintage tractors, not too big, but versatile, easy to repair, easy to use, and reliable. Parts are still readily available, the Perkins engine is easy to rebuild, and the simple construction makes it ideal for farmers with basic mechanical experience. On the used tractor market, the MF165 is currently priced from $3,500 to $7,500, depending on condition, engine type, and transmission. For that price, you get a machine that can actually work, not just sit in your garage. If you're looking for a tractor that's compact, powerful, and easy to service, the Massey Ferguson 165 is definitely on your list. It doesn't have to be big or new. It just has to be good, strong, and durable enough to last you through the season. John Deere 720. Launched in 1956, the John Deere 720 is the quintessential 2-cylinder heavy-duty tractor that John Deere has ever produced. It is an upgraded version of the previous 70 model, bringing with it outstanding improvements in performance, durability, and workability. At over 65 years old, the 720 is still considered one of the most desirable classic tractors today, both in terms of collectability and actual working ability. The John Deere 720 is equipped with a 7.7L horizontally opposed 2-cylinder diesel engine, a huge number at the time. This engine produces 65 to 70 horsepower at the PTO, allowing the machine to easily pull deep plows, operate large cultivators, or work on steep land without running out of power. Despite having only 2 cylinders, its large size and high torque earned it the nickname the steam locomotive. With its distinctive bop-bop-bop sound, this machine was once a familiar sound in thousands of Midwestern fields. The 720 is equipped with a powerful hydraulic system, along with a standard 540 or 1000 RPM independent PTO, compatible with many modern and classic farm equipment. This makes it still very useful if you own a baler, harrow, or even a modern tractor. With a 6-speed forward and 1 reverse transmission, along with an optional live PTO and power steering system, operating the machine is significantly easier than the older models. The operator no longer has to wrestle with a rock-hard steering wheel or stop the machine to engage the PTO. The John Deere 720 is about 139 inches long and weighs nearly 7,000 pounds, providing good balance on a variety of terrains. The large rear wheels and sturdy front axle keep it stable even when pulling heavy loads or working in wet, slippery conditions. With a large fuel tank and the ability to operate for many hours, it is truly a tractor for all-day work, not just for looking at. The spring-loaded seat, power steering, if available, and an extended seating design help reduce driver fatigue, especially during long harvest seasons. For those who have driven tractors from the 1940s, the 720 feels like a dream. The John Deere 720 is not only powerful, but also extremely easy to maintain. Parts are still widely available in the U.S. market, thanks to the large community of vintage tractor enthusiasts. Some veteran farmers call it the Mack truck of the tractor world, strong, rugged, uncomplicated, and never-ending. On the used market, the John Deere 720 can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, depending on condition, whether it has an independent PTO, and whether it has power steering. That's a very reasonable price for a tractor that can actually work, not just be a showpiece. If you're looking for a classic tractor that's strong, easy to drive, reliable, and still capable of doing the heavy lifting, the John Deere 720 is a great choice. It's more than just a machine, it's a piece of rural America. Farmall 560. Introduced in 1958, the Farmall 560 was the epitome of International Harvester's mid-range to high-end tractors of the late 1950s. It was a huge step up from the Farmall M and H models in size, power, and technology. The Farmall 560 was not only a muscle tractor for large farms, but also a symbol of a time when pure mechanical power still reigned supreme on American fields. The Farmall 560 was powered by a 4.6L inline 6-cylinder engine, using either gasoline or diesel depending on the configuration. The diesel version was the most popular due to its durability and fuel economy. The PTO output reached around 66 horsepower, making this tractor capable of easily operating medium and heavy equipment, from multi-blade plows to large hay bales. This is one of the first IH models to use a large engine combined with a more advanced gearbox system, providing a smooth and powerful driving feeling. The machine has an independent PTO, a strong hydraulic system with a remote control valve allowing control of a series of equipment such as plows, straw balers, sprayers, tillers, etc. The popular version uses a 5-forward, 1-reverse gearbox, but many machines have been upgraded with the torque amplifier option, helping to change speed when carrying heavy loads without stopping the machine. This is a big advantage for farmers working on steep land or pulling heavy equipment, because it saves a lot of time and effort. The Farmall 560 is about 145 inches long, weighing up to 7,500 to 9,000 pounds depending on the configuration. With large rear wheels and a wide front axle, the machine grips the road very well, does not slip when working on wet ground or when pulling heavy loads. The machine's appearance is characterized by its bright Farmall red color, combined with strong, square lines true to the post-war American style. The suspension seat, power steering, if available, and a reasonable control system make the driver feel much more comfortable than the older models such as the M or H. This is a model that drivers over 60 can still use for hours, thanks to the spacious legroom, comfortable seat, and simple, easy-to-understand control panel. Despite some technical problems in the early days related to the axle, IH quickly improved and turned the Farmall 560 into a reliable tractor, highly appreciated by users in the Midwest and the American Farm Belt. Many farmers call it the Red Buffalo because it is strong, durable, and easy to repair. Spare parts for the 560 are still widely available on the used machine market and restoration groups. On the market today, the Farmall 560 ranges in price from $4,000 to $8,500, depending on the condition of the machine, the type of engine, gasoline or diesel, and whether it has a torque amplifier or not. With 66 horsepower, this is one of the most valuable vintage machines in the mid-range segment. If you are looking for a classic, muscular, and durable crimson tractor, the Farmall 560 is a very worthy choice. Not only does it bring the power of the vast fields of old America, but it also testifies to a time when machines were built to pull and plow, not to sit in the garage. Ford 5000. Introduced in 1965, the Ford 5000 was part of Ford's 1000 series of tractors that helped change the face of farming around the world. Over a decade of production, the Ford 5000 quickly became one of the most reliable midsize tractors ever built. Unpretentious, yet efficient, powerful, and easy to operate. To this day, nearly 60 years later, many 5000s are still working hard on farms in the United States, the United Kingdom, and across Europe. The Ford 5000 uses a 4.2L four-cylinder diesel engine, producing between 55 and 69 horsepower at PTO, depending on the version. This is the ideal power level for most jobs on small and medium-sized farms, from plowing, harrowing, tilling to operating balers or pulling heavy trailers. This engine is known for its smooth running, low fuel consumption, and extremely durable, even when working continuously under heavy loads for many hours. The Ford 5000 is equipped with a standard 540 RPM independent PTO system, along with powerful hydraulics, flow rate of about 10 GPM, compatible with a wide range of auxiliary equipment. You can use the machine with a deep plow, cultivator, straw baler, or manure spreader without any difficulty. The transmission is usually an 8-speed forward, 2-speed reverse type, with the option of Selecto speed with 10 or 12 speeds, making the machine more flexible in changing working conditions. Measuring about 135 inches long and weighing between 5,800 and over 7,000 pounds, depending on configuration, the Ford 5000 feels solid when traveling over rough terrain. Large rear wheels, a low center of gravity, and a strong chassis all combine to create a stable and reliable machine. In addition, good towing capacity makes it ideal for moving supplies or pulling rough carts on the farm. With the power steering version, the steering wheel is light and does not cause fatigue even when working all day. The seat has a spring-loaded shock absorber, with plenty of legroom, a big plus for older drivers. The dashboard is simple, easy to read, and has few electronics suitable for those who are used to traditional operation. The Ford 5000 is often called the indestructible mid-range machine by mechanics. Many older mechanics and farmers consider this model easy to repair and easy to find parts for, especially in the US and Europe, thanks to its long production run. It's not about flashy design, it's about getting the job done, day in, day out, year in and year out. On the used tractor market, the Ford 5000 ranges from $5,000 to $9,500, depending on condition and accessories, power steering, selecto speed, etc. For performance and durability, this is one of the best value models if you're looking for a classic tractor that works well and is easy to maintain. If you're looking for a classic tractor, sturdy, easy to repair, and can work well in real farm conditions, the Ford 5000 is a great name to consider. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it does the job, does it well, and does it for a lifetime. That is why this machine still has a place on thousands of farms from east to west. Allis-Chalmers D15. Born in the early 1960s, the Allis-Chalmers D15 was the successor to the famous D-Series, following the success of the D14 but with significant improvements in power and utility. The D15 was produced from 1960 to 1968, divided into two stages, D15 Series I, 1960 to 1963, and D15 Series II, 1963 to 1968. Both were ideal tractors for small and medium-sized farms, working well in gardens, fields, and yards. The D15 is equipped with a 4-cylinder engine, with a capacity of about 2.4 L to 2.7 L, depending on the model and fuel, gasoline, LP gas, or diesel. The Series II, 1963 onwards, had up to 46 horsepower at the PTO, a significant upgrade from the early models which only had around 35 to 38 horsepower. Although not a muscle machine like the big Farmalls or John Deere's, the D15 was very strong for its small size, consumed little fuel, and was extremely easy to start, even on cold spring mornings. The Allis-Chalmers D15 had an 8-speed forward, 2-speed reverse gearbox, with the option of a power director, allowing the driver to change speed instantly without having to disengage the PTO or cut the clutch. The central hydraulic system was strong and easy to operate, providing good support for equipment such as 2 to 3 blade plows, cultivators, mini straw balers, or even small fertilizer spreaders. The standard PTO was 540 RPM, suitable for most small and medium-sized agricultural machinery. Some versions have a live PTO. The PTO operates independently of the clutch, which is convenient for handling rotating equipment. The D15 is about 125 inches long, weighs about 3,400 to 4,000 pounds, and is ideal for gardening, ranching, or pulling light trailers in the yard. With a wide front axle and high rear wheels, the machine operates stably without shaking when plowing, pulling, or driving on dirt roads. The high chassis is suitable for fields with small mounds or ditches. A spring-loaded seat, a wide floor, and power steering on many versions all help to significantly reduce fatigue during long work. A simple control panel, easy-to-reach gear lever, and keyless start, no wrestling like pre-1955 tractors. If you drove a D14 or CA when you were young, the D15 will feel familiar but lighter and more modern. Users have long called the D15 the people's tractor because it is affordable, easy to maintain, and affordable. D15 parts are still popular today thanks to the strong Allis-Chalmers community in states like Wisconsin, Iowa, and Kansas. Easy to disassemble, no need for modern diagnostic equipment, a true use-it-forever, fix-it tractor. On the used market, the Allis-Chalmers D15 typically costs between $2,800 and $6,500, depending on the version, Series 1 or 2, engine type, and condition of the machine. If you are lucky enough to find a diesel version with power director and independent PTO, you will have in your hands an old tractor that runs as good as a new one. If you need a small, strong, easy-to-drive, easy-to-repair tractor, the Allis-Chalmers D15 is a great choice for any family farm. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it gets the job done, and doesn't let you down. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are 5 classic tractors that are still reliable today. They are not just working machines, they are also a part of memory, a testament to the way Americans used to farm, honest, durable, and fearless. If you have owned one of these machines, or have memories of any of them, feel free to share them in the comments. I would love to hear your stories, because those stories are what make the machines come alive. If you find this content useful or remind you of something familiar, please click like and subscribe to continue accompanying me on my journey to explore the world of vintage tractors. See you in the next video, wishing you a peaceful working day, full of energy from The Deep Engine Sounds Like the Old Days.